No mobile and net banking. Indo Zambia Bank, supporting you, developing Zambia.
Radio Chisenga is doing everything in Christ with love and truth. Good morning. We now present community news. Kindly be informed that we're also streaming live on the Radio Chisenga Facebook page. The headlines: Police hunt for a woman seen administering alcohol on a child. Protect journalists and diggers rugby and KPF exchange punches. And now community news in detail. Police have instituted investigations into the matter where an adult female person was seen administering alcohol to a child. Police says the circumstances in the video circulating on social media are an indication that the child is in need of care as stipulated under Section 10, read with 9 Part A of the Juvenile Act, Chapter 53 of the laws of Zambia. Police since coded members of the public who may have information which will lead to the identification of the parent or guardian in the video to report her to the police. This is according to Police Deputy Public Relations Officer Danny Mwale. Chimwemwe's Lubuto Ward aspiring councillor Mwapelo Kwesa has implored political parties to consider adopting young people as a way of encouraging their participation in matters of national interest. And Mr. Lukwesa says many young people do not want to vie for various political positions because of old perception that politics is for the rich. Mr. Lukwesa also encourages fellow youths to share their ideologies with the electorate.
So I want to take up the mantle of becoming leaders, or should I say, being in politics. But the major thing that is hindering them is financial difficulties, and also the concept that people have already generated that no, politics are only for the old age. If you are young, then wakakuloa, then you are not supposed to indulge in such activities. Throughout my campaigns and my time, I entered into politics, active politics for that matter, and my willingness to save the community. Many have asked me that in terms of many youths are also facing financial challenges because many people out there are expecting if someone is aspiring at a certain position, then obviously.
The Press Association of Zambia, PAZA, has called on police to take a swift action against people harassing journalists. PAZA President Andrew Sakala said police should conduct their mandate to protect life and property, which is inclusive of journalists.
More often than not, people engaged in violence are not punished. They're let to go scot-free. If someone attacks a journalist, nothing happens to them. So let us ensure that the full extent of the law. So police should do their mandate. Their mandate is one, to protect the life, the liberty, and the property. And this includes protection of journalists and the property of journalists. People who break recording cameras, equipment for journalists should face the law. But also, I also want to caution journalists. This business of journalists trying to settle matters out of court should come to an end. If someone attacks you, let them possible go to jail.
Meanwhile, the action by some unknown individuals who were seen harassing and humiliating a civil servant on accusation of being a UPND sympathizer has continued to receive a wider condemnation. A video circulated on social media showing some individuals shouting at a female civil servant on suspicion that she belonged to the opposition United Party for National Development. Southern African Center for the Constructive Resolution of Disputes, SACOD, says every civil servant has the right to support a preferred political party in their private life and only expected to support a government at work. SACOD Executive Director Boniface Chembe has since appealed to the political parties to embrace the culture of respect and avoid conflicts. Kalulushi mayoral aspiring candidate Paul Chivunda says the church should continue playing its role of promoting peace and unity as the country heads towards the August 12 general elections. Speaking yesterday during a church service at Faith Fellowship International Ministries in Chivoluma, Mr. Chivunda said the country cannot afford to lose peace, which the country has enjoyed over the years. He said there was also need for Christians to show a patriotism and defend the One Zambia, One Nation slogan. Community news comes to you in the community service of Radio Chengelo with the compliments of Indo-Zambia Bank and the National Institute of Public Administration. In sports, the National Rugby League match between Akitu rivals Diggers and KPF was last Saturday abandoned when some players from both sides exchanged punches on the pitch. Kawe referee Ben Piri was forced to abandon the Week 4 match in Nkana West at the time Diggers were leading 15-12 with about 35 minutes remaining. One of the match officials said the absence on the pitch started when the veteran KPF forward Benaya Mukwamba was brought down by an unidentified Diggers youngster and the two players fought on the pitch. Zambia Rugby Union head of competition Enoch Shikabeta has also confirmed the abandonment of the game. Meanwhile, Muflira Leopards have opened a 6-point lead at the top of the league after a thrashing Lusaka 42-10 at the Leopards cage and Muflira on Saturday. To end our community news, a reminder of the stories that make headlines. Police hand for a woman seen administering alcohol to a child. Protect journalists and Diggers Rugby and KPF exchange punches. There we end our community news. Be sure to join us for Ilya Shimuchibemba at 10 hours. On behalf of the entire studio and news crew on duty, I'm Clara Chisenga. Good morning.